It is inherently difficult for us as people to act like our true selves and be who we really are when we're receiving criticism and negativity from other people. It makes it very difficult. We don't want to show the people who are criticizing us who we really are. We don't want to talk to them about our ideas. We don't want to talk to them about what we think about ourselves, about other people, about our future plans, anything. And in that way, being surrounded by people or around a lot of people who are protruding negativity towards us and sending that out towards us, giving us that energy that we're absorbing, makes it very difficult for us to follow this path, right? It makes it difficult for us to follow the path that we're on right now, which is a path of self-realization and self-discovery, and as we all know. And so it's very important that when we are faced with situations where we're receiving negativity from other people, that we learn how we can take that situation and de-escalate it, how we can take that situation and turn it into a relationship of love, compassion, and understanding with other people, regardless of whether that person wants to be negative towards us or not. Now, I'm not saying this is true for all situations ever, but the majority of the time, what you need to realize is that a person who is coming at you in a negative way, most of the time, that attack is not personal. The way that person is treating you and acting towards you is not a personal attack on you. Typically, when a person feels the need to act inappropriately in a negative manner towards you, it's because that person is actually experiencing suffering themselves. You see, that person is hurting inside. Hurt people, right? And so if you are capable of going into your daily life, going into situations with people and when they react in a certain way towards you, you understand that the reason that they're acting that way is actually not your fault. Not only do you stop feeling so small when you encounter those situations, but at the same time, you also learn that you can accept what this person is feeling, you can accept what this person is saying, and not take it as a judgment on who you are, not take it as a judgment of your character. And when that comes towards you, you can receive it, acknowledge it, accept it, and then choose to let it go. Instead of getting angry in response, instead of reflecting the negativity back to that person, you can choose to receive it, acknowledge it, accept it, and let it go. And once you've learned how to do that, then you can take it even a step further and you can look at that person and instead choose to respond to them with compassion and kindness. Now, that doesn't mean that you should turn yourself into a doormat. That doesn't mean that you should allow yourself to be walked all over and that people can do whatever they want to you and that there will never be any kind of consequence for that. No, you have to learn how to acknowledge what this person is feeling and saying to you, accept it and let it go. But you also need to learn how to set healthy boundaries. People should not be insulting you. People should not be berating you, calling you names, yelling at you, putting you down. People, you need to set those boundaries for yourself that people are not allowed to do this to me. And if I cannot bring this to a resolution, if I cannot take this relationship with this person and turn it into something positive after I have received, accepted, acknowledged, and let it go, after I have done that and decided to reflect kindness and compassion back to this person, if nothing changes, if they continue to insult me, berate me, use me, harass me, if that continues, then you need to let that relationship go, because sometimes people are just not ready. Sometimes people are not ready to be in your life. They're not ready to be a part of your abundance. They're not ready to be a part of the greatness that you are. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with them, you see. That's the other thing that you need to remember, is that everybody is just on a different part of their journey. Everybody is just on a different stepping stone in the journey of life. And sometimes you are farther ahead than other people. Sometimes other people are farther ahead than you. And there's nothing wrong with that. You see, it's just, it's a part of the process. It's a part of the beauty of the whole thing. Because if we were all exactly in the same place, then it wouldn't be so fun. So when people are treating you negatively, you need to remember that this person is suffering. The reason they are treating you that way is because they're suffering. Think back to a time in your life when you treated somebody poorly and you wish you hadn't, and you realize that you were out of line. Everybody has done that. Everybody has. It's a human experience. It's part of being a human being. And so when you think back to those times in your life when you treated people poorly, think about how you felt. It was usually, wasn't it, because you were upset, because you were hurting, you were angry, sad, lonely, insecure, jealous. Those feelings all are the source of negative treatment of other people and projecting negative vibes towards your peers. And so remember that when somebody is treating you that way, that is exactly what they're feeling, and that's why they feel that way. And if you can show kindness and compassion back to that person, rather than allowing it to feel like a personal attack, becoming insulted, and then responding with negativity as well. If you're capable of doing that, there are two things that are going to happen to you. First of all, you're going to weed out the relationships in your life that genuinely do not have a place there. You're going to realize who you should be and who you should not be around at any given point in time. You're going to realize what relationships are valuable to you and what relationships the person is just in a different part of their journey and they're not ready to be around you. They're not ready to be a part of your life because you are abundant, because you are whole and complete, and that person is still feeling like something is missing. That person is still looking for something and it's hurting them. They're in pain because of it. And you cannot always grant that to that person. Now, the second thing that's going to happen is when the person responds to you giving them kindness and compassion as a response to how they treated you. When the person responds by changing and by saying, "Oh, I see. Maybe I'm being too hard on this person. Maybe I'm out of line. Maybe it's me that's the problem and that's why I'm treating people negatively. Or maybe I have some pain inside that I need to deal with and that's why I'm treating people negatively." When the person responds that way, you see, you can continue down that path with that person and develop what was before a cut off and shaky, trembly relationship with that person can now become something beautiful and fulfilling. Now you can develop a close and powerful relationship and meaningful relationship with that person. And so all of your relationships, when you choose to respond this way, and also when you spread that vibe, when you spread that love to the people around you, all of your relationships will become deeper and more meaningful. All of your relationships will become closer and more important to you. You see? But again, you have to set boundaries. There has to be boundaries set in place. People should not be insulting you. People should not be using you. People should not be harassing you. People should not be putting you down for having dreams or aspirations, no matter what they are. And when I say putting you down, I don't necessarily mean just disencouraging you. But what I do, because sometimes people, maybe we have some crazy idea. It doesn't matter. You understand what I'm saying. You know what I mean, because if you're here and you're sharing the space with me right now, you have an understanding of yourself, who you are. You have an understanding of where you're supposed to be. You have an understanding of the nature of your own existence. And all I'm here to do is remind you of that. Right? And so you are going to, by following this protocol, we'll call it, by following this, you are going to start weeding out the relationships in your life that do not serve you. And you are going to start strengthening relationships with the people in your life that are meant to be there, that will enrich your life. And watch how that unfolds in front of you as time goes on. As you start practicing this, applying it to your relationships, watch how that unfolds for you. Watch the abundance that comes into your life. Watch how powerful that is. Setting boundaries and yet always choosing compassion and love. Setting boundaries, but never holding anything against anybody. It's a very powerful and very beautiful technique. So, thank you guys. Much love, as always. There's a Discord server link in the description below. Please join it if you want to talk to me and other like-minded, beautiful individuals. Lots of stuff going on in there, and it's really great. And I hope that you want to become a part of it. Much love to you, as always, and I'll see you in the next video.